Hello, good day. Thanks for watching Blue City Reviews. Today I'm talking about Crawl 2019. Kind of have my own personal opinion that if a movie is 2 years old, you should be able to discuss spoilers. So I'm going to get into the movie a little bit here. It's been out a while. From director Alexandra Aja, who has done some stuff that I absolutely love, like High Tension and Horns, and some stuff that I don't connect with, which is the situation with any great director. I rarely like everything they've done. This is a phenomenal four pack. Got the Pet Cemetery remake, which I think is underrated, A Quiet Place, and Overlord, which I haven't seen yet. But today we're discussing Crawl. And this is a concept, when you hear it, you think, as a horror fan at least, you think, yeah, that's awesome. That's going to be hard to screw up, right? A wounded father in his crawl space being saved by his daughter as a group of alligators swim around them in the middle of a hurricane. And if they don't get out of the town in time, they're going to be swept away by the storm. And that's just that's like, how do you screw that up? Even with a low budget and some cheesy alligator heads and maybe some shoddy CGI in there. Yeah, that could work and be awesome. Just deliver on the premise, right? And they do. And they do. And especially with a director like Alexandra Aja and Sam Raimi, even in the mix here. Oh, yeah, it's good. There are a couple of things that people will pick on. I mean, the relationship between the girl and her father, to me, works great. You got to realize younger people are what's going to make these movies financially successful on opening night and date night, and you need something in there for the younger people. And this is the relationship is something younger people can relate to. But I mean, these two excellently played by both the actor and the actress in here. I've never seen her in anything, but what's the gentleman's name? Might be Barry Pepper. He's been in a bunch of great stuff. They do a terrific job, but the script is, I mean, it's a little too talky. You would not be talking this much with a family of giant alligators swimming around you, especially with the wounds they have. And now, again, spoilers. There's a scene where this father gets his arm ripped off here, just flat out ripped off, broken in half, torn off by an alligator. And a few seconds later, he's having a conversation with his daughter about the divorce. With her mother, like, no, 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 fuck no. That's stupid. But again, those moments are to be expected. They can't turn this into a silent film, which is what somebody like me would have liked. Not like A Quiet Place, but more like, okay, we've got to be quiet. These alligators are here. Maybe we shouldn't be discussing my failures with the swim team. And it could have, to me, that would have driven the suspense higher. Instead, they go with more of a route like, okay, they've got a dog. Will the dog live? And all of which is effective. Believe me, we all want the dog to live, right? And if they'd killed the dog here, I would have been pissed. So, but those are the only weaknesses of the film. As a monster movie, as the type of story about just a couple characters in an isolated situation in a very very hellish situation too, being stalked by some threat that they've got to sort of band together and fight. That's my type of thing. I love it, and this film does it great. And the storm here too looks amazing. Like, this is where CGI comes in handy because, yeah, in the old days they could have done some matte paintings. Sure, that would have been gorgeous as well. But the detail here and the amount of, like, almost majesty with the storm as the water begins to rise around the two of them in this crawl space, and the giant clouds, which are almost like monsters in and of themselves, looming over these alligators. That's terrific. They kept the script to its bare essentials, and they delivered on those bare essentials. Sometimes focus is good. I was just reviewing Those Who Wish Me Dead with Angelina Jolie, which I didn't dislike, but I thought, man, why all these extra characters? Why not just Angelina Jolie and this kid in the middle of a forest during a hellish forest fire being hunted by assassins? There's your premise. you don't need Joe Bernthal and all that other shit. There's your premise. And this, they knew what was good about it. There are a couple supporting characters who show up here and there and get torn apart. But for the most part, they knew what was going to make this good. They delivered on it. It's fast paced enough. The jump scares aren't. There are jump scares here, but I hate to make this comparison because the majority of people are just going to give me the mental middle finger right away, or the literal middle finger at their computer screen. But the jump scares reminded me of Jaws, where there's just a few. They're very meticulously timed, and they work. I mean, they work. They move the narrative of the story along. So, obviously, really enjoyed Crawl. A really nice, old-fashioned monster movie. Just a couple characters trying to work their way out of this bind. And the tourniquet scenes. I gotta mention these tourniquet scenes, man. There are like 3 or 4 moments in here where they have to tie off severed limbs and open wounds and like bones sticking out. There's a lot of them, and they all look horrible. And I mean that as a compliment. Like, they look practical. They look painful. And to think that they have to swim around in this dirty crawl space water with these open wounds, yeah, it's a good thing they're getting to a hospital fast. All right. Thanks for watching Blue City Reviews. As always, every subscriber is appreciated. Cheers.